In World War II, the Jews were not only killed in those prisons, in those terrible things. They were killed in hospitals. Many horrible experiments were made, which God speaks, which made experiments with his people, as gold is purified. They took children, they did things. This is not the human being, it is not the human being that God created. More or less, what is happening today is that the human being is creating machines 1,000 times smarter than the human being he created. Because it wasn't just a human being who created that machine. There were hundreds, and the machine listened to what the humans were doing. And the machine turns and talks, you take a long time to solve things. What I define in milliseconds, you sometimes take weeks. The machine said that to the guys, and the guys were afraid they turned off the machine. Lies and human beings have an extraordinary capacity for destruction. So, isn't it? What is spending the most money today? The human being continues 20 years studying to get nowhere. He only studies lies. The human being has the capacity to graduate in 6, 7 years. Soon as a child. When they're in Acts he talks about tongues. It's not about languages. There are Jewish children, sit at the table, if there are 7 individuals there speaking one language each, the guy starts talking to everyone. The mother comes and says, son, what are you doing there? Ah, I'm having a lot of fun here with these people here who are here. You don't talk here, you don't talk here. I say everything. I understand everything they say. And I speak as is normal. This is how it works. These languages, all these things, everything is theirs. It's just that the church is destroying them, took everything for themselves. But they don't know where it is, because they continue, as they say in Portugal, in the food of the pigs, washing that is leftover food, they continue there. You have incredible things written in the Bible, for example, that there was a time, there was that obligation to kill so that the Jew converted to Christianity. If the Jew knew what Christianity was, what the origin of Christianity is, I don't see any difficulty. The Jew, instead of dying, converted to Christianity, not to Catholicism, not to Christianity, I don't see any difference. But then they converted to survive. You have to survive, otherwise they can also eliminate. But then they said, I don't know, but he didn't really convert, can you believe it? Wasn't it because he didn't really convert? Because they don't eat the food that we eat, so the guy had to convert and eat the crap that the guy eats. Wasn't just converting to Christ, to Jesus, to don't even know how much pure blood. They invented everything. Now it is no more. They are no longer pure-blooded. We are the pure blood. There's Bush there, and then he snuggled, but he can't have commerce, he can't have anything. You have to live in the woods, as they always had. Their preference is to live in the bush, to stay away from rot. That is why God always places the one he wants to save in isolated places. Now, you hear the Pope say that the Father, the Son and the Holy Spirit are persons. They are persons. And then you are going to baptize your child in the name of people, and they are not good people. And now you come, the priest, slap your son in baptism, as they always did, the ordinance of God who made a covenant with Abraham of circumcision, which was for everybody. God didn't say, oh, no, this is between us, who doesn't even mention a chapter that is there in the Bible, that Jesus goes out with 3 apostles, sees Elijah and, I think Moses, but, you don't say anything to others, that's a way of doing, there is no such thing. In these places there is no such thing, what is, you don't choose, you don't answer anything. When the Son of God was murdered with a sword or spear, his intestines were cut and he died because of it. He was murdered. I would like to talk about this later, which is an extraordinary subject. It's no different. Truth is truth. You need it, the things of God, they are clear, they are there. And when Elijah and Moses appear to the Son of God, that's when he is lifted up. It's not a tent. Pedro says, let's make a tent here, Elias, This is all history, legend, all legend. And then, when you see circumcision with God's covenant, that's a blow to the flesh. And God opens it up to everyone. To Abraham, his children, officials, all those who are together on the side of the right thing. Listen to what God is saying. When you're speaking an ordinance of God, you're not the one speaking. It is conveying what God has determined to do. So, it's a joke. It's serious business. God doesn't have that business. One is nice and the other is angry. It was all easy. There's this business. God charges. Unfortunately, He does not charge me as He charges His people.